So real quick, I just want to thank everyone that's in the room, obviously, for coming. I know we can't stress it enough that, like the lifeblood and everything that we do here at TCG, the thing that makes the TCG engine run are our agents and partners. So I do thank you all for taking the time out of your day and coming to join us today. I really do appreciate it. Thank you as always. These standing lunch and learns I think are something that definitely value and enrich your business, because I know that I learn something every time I come. And if I feel that way, then I know that you guys probably feel the same way. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce somebody that's near and dear to our hearts at TCG. They're wearing a different color and they've got a different logo on their chest, but it's for a good reason, guys. There's a lot of merger and acquisition that's happening right now in the industry, and probably the acquisition that I'm most excited about is actually the Crown Castle one. So please do not fret. These are still your friendly FP&L FiberNet faces. However, they've got a much broader spectrum of products and footprint for you now to sell into. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce Michael Gill and Allison Harper with Crown Castle.
How's it going, everybody? Thanks for being here. I want to first just say thanks to TCG for putting together another great event and having us out here. It's always a good time, and we appreciate everything you guys do for us. Like Kevin said, my name is Michael Gill. I am from the company formerly known as FPL FiberNet. For a while, we were FiberNet Direct, and now, as of yesterday, we're very happy to announce that we're Crown Castle Fiber. With me today, as I said, is Allison Harper, who's part of the channel team as well, and Guillermo Romero, who's one of our great sales engineers. Those who were not able to be with us today were Brenda Martins, the channel manager, and Vicky Paganis. Brenda, Vicky, Allison, and myself, we are your channel team. Anything that you guys ever have, any quote requests, any questions, anything, please reach out to us. Our group email that we usually use is partners@crowncastle.com. Even if you're working with us on something directly, or one of us directly, we ask that you CC us at partners@crowncastle.com, just in case one of us is out of the office or at a lunch and learn. We can't get to it. Somebody from the team can grab it and help you out, especially if it's time sensitive. Lastly, whenever you do send a quote request, we do ask to please include some key information. So obviously the location, if there's a suite number, what kind of services the customer's interested in, the type of bandwidth options you guys want to see, the term, and most importantly, of course, the registered company name. We know that companies go with a couple different names sometimes, or will abbreviate something, but if you give us the registered company name that they have in the state of Florida or whatever state that they're doing business in, it helps us with a lot of the internal stuff that we got to check off before we can send the quote off. And really getting that registered company name ahead of time really helps avoid any snags later on down the process. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and ask Allison to come up and talk about Crown Castle Fiber.
Guys, if you want, I have an open Kit Kat policy because I know it's hard before lunch. Everyone is, about to pass out. So before you get into a diabetic coma, please eat something. And also feel free to stretch and breathe. It's going to be okay. Crown Castle Fiber is an amalgamation of 8 companies here listed on our timeline. Most recently, it's us and Light Tower. And why you should care is because you no longer have to sell things just in Florida and Texas. If you've been working with us for years, you know that while we are great where we are, we cannot quote you out in Rochester or, California. We have our limitations. We have been expanded, so no longer are we a regional play. And hopefully that is going to be useful to you guys. Between these 8 companies you see up here, we have less than 1% overlap in our infrastructure. So we are really excited to be Crown Castle Fiber. And again, if you didn't catch it from Michael, FPL is dead and FiberNet Direct is dead. We are still here, but we are wearing the Crown Castle logo. All right, so what is really interesting about the companies we have acquired is that we are now the nation's largest provider of wireless services, wireless infrastructure, and second only to level 3 in route miles of fiber nationally. So I think that is going to bode well in a lot of our quotes that we've had to return as no bids before. And we'll see how it goes, but we're no longer just a LEC. We've got a lot more to offer for you. And also, Michael and Guillermo, feel free to jump in on any of the slides. I will probably pass a couple over to you guys. So this is really notable because a lot of companies have dipped. We are increasing our revenue year after year. Our stock ticker is CCI, and our stock has been jumping. If you're interested in buying, I would recommend it. Everybody knows that Internet of Things, everything as a service, 5G's on the horizon, blockchain technology. With all of these new technologies, all these new applications, of course, what is underneath them, what it's riding on, is internet. If your kids have not come home yet with their back to school list with an iPad on it, just wait for it because it's gonna happen. One of the stats on here that I've seen true, 99% of classrooms will have broadband and Wi-Fi by 2021. This is just one of the industries where it is creeping in. So, Crown Castle. 60,000 miles of fiber. I did put a link here for our map, which I'm going to pull up and have Guillermo speak to. We are very metro, but everything is connected through our metro cities. So what you're looking at here is our actual network. This is with all of our acquisitions together. So
just from a practical perspective, right? As you look and see, okay, well, what does it ultimately mean to you guys? Obviously, if you're familiar with us from just the legacy FPL FiberNet days, the Texas through the Southeast to Florida network is already connected. Right? It's our legacy network that's been in place for years. NNIs between us and the other carriers will be in place within 45 days. So come January, traffic will be able to pass between the networks easily. So if you do have a situation where you want to go up into the Northeast, we'll be able to cover that. As a matter of fact, we're already working on our first connectivity out to a customer in Raleigh, North Carolina, which was really just outside of our network footprint prior to the last month. Okay, so the reality of the matter is, as you look at the network, if you can just zoom out to the kind of just a little the country view.
sure.
What you can kind of envision is our network footprint in and of itself would be that upper Midwest, right? Illinois, out to the New England area, New York, down around the whole southern part of the country. And that's what's going to be our primary serviceable footprint. Of course, there will be some connectivity up on the northwest side just to close the overall ring as a whole so that there isn't, any segment of the network that can be isolated as a result of a failure. So the architecture, and this is kind of what you can expect going forward, the architecture that will survive, right? You think of all those 8 different companies and all those disparate networks. The architecture that will move forward is that of what was Light Tower, Legacy Light Tower, and Legacy FiberNet, right? And primarily because both of those companies were MEF certified, the infrastructure in terms of what the MPLS backbone was, all of that is very similar, and it pretty much lines up best with what we had traditionally offered and what we're going to be offering going forward. So in reality, the best of all those companies, which is truly Light Tower and FiberNet, is going to continue forward. So as you guys look at this and you consider, okay, well, where can you provide customers? Pretty much all of the real major metros are now within your purview. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We do have a question slide too, so please make some. All right, back to our slideshow. You help me out. Okay, we can go to the next slide. All right. So operating a nationwide network means we need more resources. Luckily, we do have over 50 offices. Our back office is incredible. We are really excited at what we'll be able to get approved, what kind of flexibility we'll have. We did have to do some kind of manual processes being a smaller company, and we have so many resources that will in turn support you guys as agents. I just want to touch on our team. I know Michael did originally. We work very closely with Guillermo, and as Mario can testify from Volaco, he is a great sales engineer. So it is Michael and myself here in South Florida, and we have Vicky and Brenda up in Tampa. So if you have any customers in Tampa or Orlando and you want more of a hands-on approach there, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are happy to travel. You know, that's the point. We want to get in front of these people with you, and we have great resources. Of course, we will still have our knock, which we had great Hurricane Irma success stories from. We are still monitoring proactively our network, and more so ever than before. This is just a quick look at our verticals. I don't really need to spend a lot of time here, but I do want to say that where we had to no bid before on certain government opportunities or E-rate, we want eyes on everything. We are really excited to get these opportunities in front of our team. And that brings me to our channel partner relationship. The resources we have to bring to the table have exponentially grown. We will be modeling our channel program close to the Light Tower channel program, which is better for everybody. And only good things are going to come out of this. We are looking forward to getting more involved, more committed with our different channel partners. And if there's anything you have in mind, any events, you know, we are looking forward to getting our sponsorship dollars out there. I spoke to Kevin earlier, and we are definitely excited for making kind of a swerve to being more channel focused. Products. Everyone's interested in products. We do have the same products, the traditional products you're used to. DIA, point-to-point, can still sell our MPLS, SD-WAN, but we are also able to offer a much more robust cloud platform for direct connect. Co-location is much more front and center for us. We actually have 4 levels of co-location. And beforehand, where we very rarely sold dark fiber, we are now opening it up to you guys for opportunities. So we're excited about that as well. That would be a case-by-case basis. We would have to bring that up for ICB approval, but a lot more opportunity than we had before with products. We also have, there's something else I wanted to mention, a new product. It's video. Okay, just had to throw that out there. We also have broadcast quality video, and we never had that before. So I think that's it. Hopefully you guys have some questions. I know there are a lot of changes. Do you guys have anything to add?
You mentioned co-location. Where are those facilities?
All over.
the
Philadelphia, right? Los Angeles.
Light Tower, really what has been added to the portfolio is what Light Tower had within their existing footprint, primarily New England, right? And then we have
DC
our
also.
2 facilities here,
Right.
one in Pompano and then the other one at Denali. And to be, I guess to set expectation correct, right? These co-location historically was always more of a customer demand, so we ended up satisfying it, sort of a thing. Our facilities are really
They're decent.
Yeah.
But they weren't, you know, that
they're designed around just filling a very simple need. Let's just be honest, right? They're designed around around fulfilling a simple need, nothing more than a cabinet and power. That's pretty much what it sticks to. I think if you were to liken it in kind of, you would consider it what used to be called the telco colo, right? As opposed to one of the more advanced data centers like Volatile or any of the ones that you can think throughout the area. FiberNet as a whole, or Crown Fiber still maintains its strategic view into connectivity into data centers. It's still something that is of importance to us. So there's always that option. I think the reality of the matter is we kind of did it as a need to because customers requested it. Just as it kind of towards the end of our presenting time, the things that have stayed the same and will stay the same going forward. Now stand up, just the things that have stayed the same and will stay the same is you engage us because obviously the value that we offer is leveraging our network as opposed to leveraging an AT&T's last month, right? So it's important that you engage us early on so that we can verify proximity of a customer's location to our network, right? To the edge of our network. We'll always still need to consider the build to the network as part of the business case. As far as I can tell, and as far as everything's been communicated to us, we're still not going to be like assessing some sort of special construction fee to a customer. That's not, it doesn't look like it's ever going to be part of how we do business. What is still a big value add and differentiator in terms of how FiberNet provide or how Crown Castle Fiber provides services is we'll look at tailoring connectivity to a customer promise. So if a customer does want to address business continuity by diverse fibers, fiber rings, things of that nature, that's still one of the big value adds that Crown Castle Fiber will bring to your customers. Right? So when you're sitting across the table from a customer and connectivity is a big concern, whether it's to other locations, to the data center, to the internet, we'll be able to tailor that service based on what their requirements are for operation. Okay? Any questions? Yes.
Yeah.
Are you guys offering any sort of spiffs?
Spiffs?
Probably. Not not yet. We're still just coming into the Crown Castle flower. So that means we, of course, did not really have a lot of spiffs on our end. But we are speaking with Cliff about the transformation of our channel program this month, and I know that spiffs are a part of their model. So as soon as we do get information on the improvements, we will be reaching out to Alan and TCG to send out a newsletter to you guys. We want you to want to sell us, so we'll try to make that easy for you.
Okay. No more questions? Good?
All right.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.